Good morning guys. In today's class we'll be seeing a topic on integrals named as indefinite integrals. Here we'll be having two concepts. One is indefinite integral and definite integral. The subtopic is indefinite integral. Here we should know what do you mean by this particular integration. Integral is nothing but an antiderivative. Integral is nothing but an antiderivative. Before starting the problem, I'll be giving up some formulas, and after learning up some formulas, we'll be knowing its particular application. So, the very first formula, integral of x power n dx, that is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. We go by an example of this. If suppose anytime you come across x cube dx, in place of n we are having 3, so we can write it as x power 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 plus c, and the net result will be x power 4 by 4 plus c. So finally what can I tell? X cube dx means x power 4 by 4 plus c. Now I am going for another formula. If suppose formula e power integral of e power x dx is there, the formula will be e power dx plus c. And sometimes in your textbooks you will be coming across e power ax dx. Whenever this kind of notation is coming, always observe carefully, the coefficient of x over here is a, and that should come as an denominator. But in differentiation what we used to do, we used to write a as in terms of product. But here what we'll be doing means e power ax by a plus c. So for this I will give an example. Integral of e power 2x dx is given to you. So finally what happens here? E power 2x by 2 plus c. I think it is clear to you. Integral of e power ax dx means here I had written as e power ax by a, and I said coefficient of x is a, that comes as denominator, and here c you call as a constant of integration. Therefore integral of e power 2x dx means we should write as e power 2x by 2 plus c. I think you are clear with these two formulas, two basic algebraic integration formulas. Integral of x power n dx is nothing but x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c, and integral of e power x dx is equal to e power x dx plus c. And finally remember, whatever coefficient of x is there in integral formulas, that comes as in terms of denominator. That term particularly comes in terms of denominator. So later we'll be learning another formula. Now integral of 1 by x dx is always written as log mod x plus c. But in differentiation what happens? How we used to write? D by dx of log x. D by dx of log x means we used to write as 1 by x. But I said integration is quite opposite to differentiation. So integral of 1 by x dx, that means whatever result we get while doing differentiation, to that result if we integrate we will be getting the final output. Next, another formula we shall be seeing, integral of k into dx. That means here k is some constant, that k will be coming outside, and there remains integral of dx, and finally our answer will be k into x plus c. Another formula. Now we shall be seeing some basic trigonometric integration formulas. So integral of sin x dx is nothing but minus cos x plus c. Next, integral of cos x dx will always be sin x plus c. Later, integral of, if suppose another function will be there, sin will be there, cos will be there, but we will be learning tan also. Tan will be learned by another method called as substitution method, but only we are learning today now basic things. Now what happens later? Integral of secant x tan x dx. Integral of secant x tan x dx will be always secant x plus c. And later again integral of cosecant x cot x, cosecant x, integral of cosecant x cot x dx. Integral of cosecant x cot x dx means always we should write as minus cosecant x plus c. Now if you could observe carefully, we need to remember all these 8 kind of formulas. The very first one is x power n dx is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c, and integral of e power x dx is equal to e power x dx plus c, and integral of 1 by x dx is log mod x plus c, and the integral of k into dx is nothing but kx plus c, and integral of sin x dx is minus cos x plus c, and integral of cos x is equal to sin x plus c, integral of secant x tan x is equal to secant x plus c, integral of cosecant x cot x is minus cosecant x plus c. So I think now you are well aware of the basic 8 formulas. Now we'll be seeing algebraic properties of integrals. For doing the problems, for doing the numerical problems, all these are very, very useful. Algebraic properties of integrals. What these algebraic properties are telling, you can observe carefully now. Integral of k into f of x dx. That means constant multiplied by the function. Constant multiplied by the function. So what happens? This particular k comes outside. K is always a constant, and integral of f of x dx. So I go by an example. If suppose a problem is given to you, integral of 2 sin x dx. Integral of 2 sin x dx is given. So what happens? 2 will be coming outside, and integral of sin x dx will be coming, and 2 into integral of sin x means what? Minus cos x plus c. So finally our output will be minus 2 cos x plus c. So finally how can I write? Integral of 2 sin x dx. 2 sin x dx is nothing but minus 2 cos x plus c. So we learned an important property. Integral of k into f of x dx is equal to k into integral of f of x dx. Now if suppose another property is there like this. Integral of k1 into f of x plus or minus k2 into f2 of x dx is given to us. So how we will be writing means integral of k1 into f of x, or I will write as f1 of x plus nothing written means here it is clearly understood dx, plus integral of k2 into f2 of x dx. And now I think I can apply this particular property here. So what happens here? K1 is a constant, and K1 will be coming outside, and finally there remains K1 into f1 of x dx plus K2 into f2 of x dx. So friends, we learned now 8 formulas. After finishing 8 formulas, we learned 2 basic algebraic properties of integrals. Now we'll be starting with our numerical problems. Now basing upon our integral properties, we shall see a small problem where we can apply those integral properties. If you could observe carefully, a big function is given to you. It is looking like giant, but it is not actually a giant function. It's a very, very chota function. 4x cube plus 3x square plus 2x plus 4 dx. इसको हम I'll be calling this as f1, this as f2, and this as f3, and this as f4. This I'll be calling it as f1. And outside, if you could observe carefully, there is a symbol called integral. And in between there is symbol algebraic operation called as plus. Whenever plus or minus is there, we need to divide or we need to segregate, and we need to apply this particular integral. So what happens? Integral of 4x cube dx plus integral of 3x square dx plus integral of 2x dx plus integral of 4 dx. Now again, if you could observe carefully, here this particular 4 can be coming outside, because earlier I said a property, integral of k into f of x dx is nothing but k into integral of f of x dx. So what happens? 4 into integral of x cube dx plus 3 into integral of x square dx plus 2 into integral of x dx plus 4 into integral of dx. So again, if you could observe carefully, it is like integral of x power n dx. So what happens? Integral of x power n dx means x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. So what happens? X power 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 plus 3 into x power 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 plus 2 into x power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 plus 4 into integral of dx. Integral of dx means 4x. But in formulas what we said, integral of x power n dx is nothing but x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. But if you could observe carefully, here c, here c, here c, here c, we won't be writing. Finally, we'll be keeping only one c. So what happens finally? Here I think 4 4 will be getting cancelled. Here 3 3 will be getting cancelled, and here 2 2 will be getting cancelled. Finally, there remains x power 4 plus x cube plus x square plus 4x, and I'll be putting on the whole as one big C. So finally what happened? Integral of 4x cube plus 3x square plus 2x plus 4 is nothing but x power 4 plus x cube plus x square plus 4x plus c. I think the very first problem is very clear to you. Now I'll be going in a little better depth of this particular integral problem. Now we try to solve this particular problem. I think it's an example problem. Integral of x power 4 plus 5x square plus 3 by root x dx. If you could observe carefully here, A, I will consider this as B, I consider this as C, and I consider this as D. So in our lower classes, in ratio and proportion, we learned a concept. If A plus B plus C by D is given means, it can be written as A by D plus B by D plus C by D. The same technique we will be applying over here. So how it comes means x power 4 by root x dx plus 5x square by root x dx plus 3 by root x dx. Finally, if you could observe carefully, I think I can apply total integration now. Why? Because algebraic properties, I think you are clear. X power 4 by root x dx, 5x square by root x dx, 3 by root x dx, I can apply integrals individually because of the algebraic properties of integrals. Now before applying the integral, if you could observe carefully, it is looking like x power m by x power n. Here m की जगह में 4 और n की जगह में 1 by 2. So finally what I will be doing means x power 4 minus 1 by 2, x power 4 minus 1 by 2 dx. Why? Because x power m by x power n means x power m minus n. And now here also 5 I will be taking outside. Finally what happens? X square x power 2 minus 1 by 2 dx. I think it is clear to you because it is like x power m by x power n. So x power m minus n plus again here 3 will be coming outside, and here what happens? X power minus 1 by 2 dx. Now if you could observe carefully, this is looking like x power 7 by 2 because 4 minus 1 by 2 LCM. I need not explain all these basics now. So 5 into here also x power 3 by 2 dx, and here 3 into integral of x power minus 1 by 2 dx. And now again our basic formula comes, it is like x power n dx. X power n dx means x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So x power 7 by 2 plus 1 by 7 by 2 plus 1 plus 5 into x power 3 by 2 plus 1 by 3 by 2, 3 by 2 plus 1 plus 3 into Here again it goes as x power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by minus 1 by 2 plus 1 plus c. I think now you can do this particular calculation, and I'll be writing there the answer finally. X power 7 by 2 plus 1, 7 by 2 plus 1 means it is 9 by 2, and denominator also 9 by 2, going up means 2 by 9. So what happens? 2 by 9 x power 9 by 2 plus, again if you could observe carefully, here 5 is there and here 3 by 2 plus 1, 3 by 2 plus 1 means 5 by 2. So what happens? 5 into 2 by 5, and here x power 5 by 2. Finally here also 3 is there, and minus 1 by 2 plus 1 means half. So what happens? 3 into half going up means it turns down to 2, and here x power 1 by 2. Finally I will write here plus c. So finally we will be manipulating and telling the answer. 5 will be getting cancelled here. So 2 by 9 x power 9 by 2 plus 2 into x power 5 by 2 plus 6 x power 1 by 2 plus c. Up till now we had seen some problems based on application of integral in with respect to algebraic function. Now और थोड़ा level बढ़ जाएंगे. We'll be doing application of trigonometric functions, and we need to remember the formulas. At the beginning of the class only I said the formulas, right? Now here there are two problems. The very first problem we'll be looking up, integral of sin cube x plus cos cube x divided by sin square x cos square x dx. Now again the same concept here, a plus b by c. So it comes as a by c plus b by c. So finally what happens, that is equal to, I'll be writing it as sin cube x divided by sin square x cos square x dx plus again integral of cos cube x divided by sin square x and cos square x dx. Now if you could observe carefully, here sin cube x is there and here sin square x is there. I think blindly I can cancel one sin square x, and finally there remains here sin x. Now again if you could observe carefully, here also one cos square x and here cos square x gets cancelled, there remains cos x. So finally what happens, there remains integral of sin x by cos square x can be written as cos x, and another cos x I will be writing it as 1 by cos x dx. I think it is clear because cos x into cos x is cos square x. Similarly here also cos x divided by sin x, and here again 1 by sin x dx. Now I think it is clear, sin x into sin x is sin square x. So finally it reduces to sin x by cos x is nothing but tan x, and 1 by cos x is nothing but secant x dx, and here also cos x by sin x is nothing but cot x, 1 by sin x is nothing but cosecant x dx. So friends, now again we got our formula. We should remember the basic formula. Integral of secant x tan x is always secant x, and integral of cot x cosecant x is always nothing but minus cosecant x, finally plus c. So once again I will be repeating the problem. Integral of sin cube x plus cos cube x divided by sin square x cos square x. It is like a plus b by c. A plus b by c means a by c plus b by c. So what happened? Sin cube x divided by sin square x into cos square x. One sin square x is getting cancelled, so there remains sin x, and here also cos square x is getting cancelled, there remains cos x. So finally what happening, sin x by cos x into 1 by cos x dx plus cos x by sin x into 1 by sin x dx. Now sin x by cos x is nothing but tan x, 1 by cos x is nothing but secant x. Cos x by sin x is cot x, 1 by sin x is nothing but cosecant x. So integral of tan x secant x will be secant x, and integral of cot x cosecant x will be minus cosecant x plus c. Now I will be going for another problem. integral of 1 minus sin x by cos square x dx. Very beautiful problem. It is also looking like a minus b by c, so you can make it as a by c minus b by c. So here what happens, integral of 1 by cos square x dx minus integral of sin x by cos square x is there, so cos square x I'll be writing as 1 by cos x, can I write like this, sin x by cos x into 1 by cos x dx. So if you could observe carefully, 1 by cos square x is nothing but secant square x dx, it's a secant square x dx minus, here also sin x by cos x means what beta, tan x, and 1 by cos x is nothing but secant x dx. So again our formula is coming, integral of secant square x, integral of secant square is nothing but tan x, and integral of tan x secant is nothing but secant x plus c. So in today's class we learned about application of integral with respect to algebraic function and application of integral in trigonometric function. Right friends, in previous class we had seen some basic integration concepts and application of integration with respect to algebraic function and in trigonometric function. Now we shall go for a little bit higher level. There are various methods of doing integration. The very first one we call as a transformation, integration by transformation, and next number 2 substitution method, number 3 by parts, and number 4 partial fractions. Right, in today's class we'll be seeing 2 to 3 examples based on this particular transformation. I'll be taking 2 to 3 problems and remaining problems I give as a worksheet. Right, this is a very beautiful question or both pyara question. Integral of 3x plus 5 by under root of 7x plus 9 dx. Whenever this kind of problem is coming, what you need to do means, take numerator. What is numerator here? 3x plus 5 is equal to, write that numerator as a into 7x plus 9 plus b. You write a into 7x plus 9 plus b. Now we need to manipulate. So what happens here? 3x plus 5 is equal to 7ax plus 9a plus b. Now I think we can compare constants on both the sides. After comparing the constants, what we'll be getting here, I am writing, I take this part as rough, and what I'll be getting b as 5, and now I'll be comparing the I'll be getting what? 9a plus b as 5, 9a plus b as 5, because this is the constant part in our problem. And if I compare coefficient of x compare mane to kya aa jata, 7a is equal to 3 for us. If you could observe carefully, coefficient of x is 7a here and coefficient of x is 3, so 7a is equal to 3. Finally, if I get 7a is equal to 3 means a I can write blindly as 3 by 7 because 7 goes to that side. Now I'll be putting this particular a value in this particular equation. That means if I call this as star, I'll be putting this particular a equal to 3 by 7 in star. Therefore what happens, a star implies 9 into 3 by 7 plus b is equal to 5. So 9 into 3 means 27, 27 by 7. So b is equal to 5 minus, I can write as 27 by 7, and 7 will be the LCM. 5 7s are 35, 35 minus 27, 35 minus 27 will be 8 by 7. So finally what I got here, a value is 3 by 7 and b value is 8 by 7. So I can utilize this particular a value and b value in equation 1. Therefore what happens finally, therefore 1 implies 3x plus 5 is equal to, in place of a I can write as 3 by 7 into 7x plus 9, and in b ki jagah mein 8 by 7. But here if you could observe carefully, the function is 3x plus 5 by under root of 7x plus 9. So what I'll be doing means, I'll be dividing this particular equation by under root of 7x plus 9. So what happens finally, 3 by 7 into 7x plus 9 divided by under root of 7x plus 9 plus 8 by 7 into under root of 7x plus 9. And later to this particular equation, if I apply integration, I think RHS will be the net result to the given problem. So what happens? Integral of 3x plus 5 divided by under root of 7x plus 9 dx is equal to 3 by 7 into integral of, I think it is looking like a by root a. A by root a means a can be written as root a into root a. So one root a will be getting cancelled, and finally there remains 7x plus 9 dx, and here 8 by 7 will be coming outside, and this can be written as under root of 7x plus 9. Under root of 7x plus 9 going up means it becomes as 7x plus 9 minus 1 by 2 dx. So if you could observe carefully, I'll be repeating the process right from the beginning. Whenever this kind of problem comes, we need to write 3x plus 5 is equal to a into 7x plus 9 plus b, and later we need to compare the terms on both LHS and RHS. I compared here constant, so I got 9a plus b is equal to 5. I call that one as star, and I compared coefficient of x, so I got 7a is equal to 3, so a equal to 3 by 7. Later I'll be putting this particular a in this star, therefore 9 into 3 by 7 plus b is equal to 5, so b equal to 8 by 7. So I got the values of a as well as b, and I'll be putting in equation 1. After substituting, I divided by under root of 7x plus 9 and I applied integral. I think the procedure is clear up to here. Right. Now later what I'll be doing, I think you copied up to here. Now I'll be going for the next step. Right. If you could observe carefully, 3 by 7 into integral of under root of 7x plus 9. It is looking like root x. Root x means x power 1 by 2. X power 1 by 2 kya form le raha? X power n. So what I'll be doing means, here that is equal to 3 by 7. For your convenience and for my comfort, I am writing this as whole power 1 by 2. So later, and again this also integral of, and here for us 8 by 7 will be there, I had forgotten. 8 by 7 integral of 7x plus 9 whole ki power minus 1 by 2 dx. So what happens? That is equal to 3 by 7. If you could see here, it is like x power 1 by 2. X power 1 by 2 means I can write as 7x plus 9 whole power 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 by 2 plus 1. But whatever coefficient of x is there, that comes in terms of denominator. Similarly here also 8 by 7, 7x plus 9 whole power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by minus 1 by 2 plus 1, and coefficient of x 7 is there, that comes to denominator. So later what happens? 3 by 7, 7x plus 9 whole power 3 by 2, here 1 by 2 plus 1 is 3 by 2, 3 by 2 into 7 plus 8 by 7 into 7x plus 9 whole power 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 into 7. I think still we can do manipulation here. Here what happens? I think 1 3 will be getting cancelled and 2 is going up. So it becomes as 2 by 49, 7x plus 9 whole power 3 by 2, and here also 2 going up, 1 by 2 means it becomes as 16, 16 by 49 into 7x plus 9 whole power 1 by 2. So finally we can leave the problem, but here always remember there should be CE because it's an indefinite integration. So finally 2 by 49 into 7x plus 9 whole power 3 by 2 plus 16 by 49 into 7x plus 9 whole power 1 by 2 plus C. Right. Now we are seeing method of transformation. Method of transformation में we are seeing type 1 problems. Type 1 problem means we can call it as a basic problems also. Now, when coming to this particular function, if you could observe carefully, integral of x square by 1 plus x square dx. There is no formula involved here, or we can't apply u by v rule like that of differentiation, because here we are using the concept of integration. So here we need to think in a little bit manner. How we can think means, I'll be giving a tip. Here 1 plus x square is there, but in numerator there is a term called x square. So for x square, if I add 1 and subtract 1, I think we are getting some beautiful message by adding 1 or subtracting 1. So what I'll be doing means, everyone observe carefully, I will add 1 to x square and subtract 1 to x square, so that there will be no loss to our function. And here it is becoming as 1 plus x square dx. Now again, it is like a, it is like b, it is like c. So a minus b by c. A minus b by c means I can write it as 1 plus x square by 1 plus x square dx minus integral of 1 by 1 plus x square dx. So 1 plus x square will be getting cancelled. So integral of dx minus 1 by 1 plus x square dx. Now integral of dx means I can write as x, and integral of 1 by 1 plus x square we discussed earlier. There is a formula for 1 by 1 plus x square. What is that formula? Tan inverse x plus c. Right, what that formula also once again I am writing. So but before writing that, I will be giving the answer. X square by 1 plus x square dx is nothing but x minus tan inverse x plus c. What is the formula here we used? Means integral of, here I am giving it as a note beta, everyone you can copy. Integral of 1 by 1 plus x square dx is nothing but what? Tan inverse x plus c. Just we have applied here integral of 1 by 1 plus x square dx is equal to tan inverse x plus c. Right, that means our mind should work a lot. That means we should observe the problem carefully. If we are not able to find integral by using the formula, we need to see we can convert it in our known formula or known method or not. So for that I added plus 1 or minus 1. I think now you are clear with this particular problem. So I will be going for the next problem. Right. Now if you could observe carefully, it is like x power 4 plus 1 upon x square plus 1 dx. So what I will be doing here, also no formula for us, and what many people will be doing in a hurry means they will be doing a plus b by c. That means a by c plus b by c. Again it becomes tedious, the procedure becomes very long, and sometimes you may win in this battle or not. So what I will be doing means integral of x power 4, this 1 I will be writing it as minus 1 plus 2. So very beautifully we will be getting. So this I will be writing it as x square plus 1 dx. So what happens finally? If you could observe carefully, again this is a, this is b, this is c. So a by c plus b by c. So what happens? X power 4 minus 1 by x square plus 1 dx plus integral of 2 by x square plus 1 dx. So finally what happens? If you could observe carefully, this also x power 4 minus 1. X power 4 minus 1 means it is like x square minus 1 into x square plus 1, because there is a formula a square minus b square is equal to a minus b into a plus b. So I will be writing this as x square minus 1 into x square plus 1 divided by x square plus 1, and here there will be always be dx, and 2 will be coming outside, and there remains 1 by x square plus 1 dx. Now x square plus 1 will be getting cancelled. Finally there remains integral of x square minus 1 dx, and here also 2 into integral of 1 by x square plus 1 dx. I think by this time you are familiar with the formulas. You can tell blindly इंटीग्रल ऑफ x स्क्वायर माइनस 1 dx मीन्स इंटीग्रल ऑफ x स्क्वायर अलग से करना, तो फिर व्हाट इज दैट x क्यूब बाई 3 and minus will be coming outside and integral of dx will be x plus 2 into, just now I said in previous problem, integral of 1 by 1 plus x square dx is nothing but tan inverse x plus c. So what happens, 2 into tan inverse x plus c. I think you are clear with this problems. Right. So up till now we have done some problems based on transformations. Transformations में we have done type 1 problems. Now in the next class we will be seeing type 2 problems. Right? Right. Before starting up some more problems, I would like to give a brief formula. I would like to give a brief with respect to our 11th class trigonometric formula, which we will be using in solving this particular integration. Cos 2x, I think 2 cos square x minus 1, 1 minus 2 sin square x, 1 minus tan square x by 1 plus tan square x. And here you should remember, I think by this time as many people might be forgotten, but now you should do it. Sin of a plus b plus sin of a minus b, 2 sin a cos b, and sin of a plus b minus sin of a minus b, 2 cos a sin b. And cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b will be 2 sin a sin b. And here cos of a plus b plus cos of a minus b will be 2 cos a cos b. We shall be seeing some application of differentiation where these formulas are being used, right? I'll be taking a problem, and before that there is a, okay fine, I'll be going with the problem. I'll write only here. Now if suppose in examination a question will be asked to you, integral of sin cube x dx. We don't know any formula, but we know the conversion of this function into some other function. For this I'll be applying some trigonometric functions which we learned in compound angles, multiples and submultiple angles. So what is that formula? Once again we recall that particular formula. What is that formula? Sin 3x is equal to 3 sin x minus 4 sin cube x. So from here what can I do means sin 3x minus 3 sin x is equal to minus 4 sin cube x. So finally what happens, sin cube x is equal to minus, I will bring to this side, so it turns down to 3 sin x minus sin 3x whole divided by 4. So in place of sin cube x, I will be substituting that particular thing and will be getting. So integral of sin cube x dx is equal to, how can I write? 3 sin x minus sin 3x whole divided by 4 into dx. See kitna pyara sa aa raha. I think a minus b by c. So a by c minus b by c. So what happens? 3 by 4 integral of sin x minus 1 by 4 integral of sin 3x. dx is clearly understood here. So 3 by 4 integral of sin x is always will be minus cos x minus 1 by 4 into integral of sin 3x. Integral of sin 3x will be minus cos 3x, and whatever coefficient of x will be there, that comes in terms of denominator, and don't forget to put plus c. So finally what will be our answer? Minus 3 by 4 cos x minus minus will be plus 1 by 12 into cos 3x plus c. Once again I will be explaining this problem. We should not worry by seeing this particular integration. We need to remember earlier formulas, and that formulas can be converted, and finally we can be writing like this. What is that formula? Sin 3x is 3 sin x minus 4 sin cube x. So sin 3x minus 3 sin x is equal to minus 4 sin cube x. So sin cube x is equal to 3 sin x minus sin 3x by 4. The same thing I will be substituting here. After substituting, we applied the formula. Now, just now we discussed application of integration with respect to this trigonometric functions. If you could observe carefully, integral of 1 plus sin theta d theta, and we don't know to which formula we need to apply. So again we need to think, are there any kind of conversions or not. So but one can be written as sine square theta by 2 plus cos square theta by 2. How I will be getting an idea means, here sine theta is there. So sine square theta by 2 plus cos square theta by 2 plus 2 sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2. If you could observe carefully, and outside will be d theta, that is clearly understood, but I am not writing here. So integral of, so if you could observe carefully, a square plus b square plus 2ab, so this can be written as a plus b whole square. So what happens, sine theta by 2 plus cos theta by 2 whole square. But here if you could observe carefully, there is root. Now I think 2 and root will be getting cancelled. Finally there remains sine of theta by 2 plus cos of theta by 2, and outside it is nothing mentioned, means d theta is there, because here everywhere theta is there. Now I think again I can apply integration individually, because there is an plus algebraic symbol here. So integral of sine theta by 2 means here minus cos theta by 2, but coefficient of theta is 1 by 2, so it comes as denominator. And integral of cos theta by 2 means sine theta by 2, but coefficient of theta is 1 by 2, it comes to denominator, and here plus c. So what happens, I think 1 by 2 going up means it is becoming 2. So 2 into sine of theta by 2 minus cos of theta by 2 plus c. This is our final answer. I think it is clear to you. Integral of under root of 1 plus sine theta d theta means one can be written as sine square theta by 2 plus cos square theta by 2 plus 2 sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2. So it is looking like a plus b whole square formula. Root and 2 will be getting answer. So sine theta by 2 plus cos theta by 2. So we got the final output. So we should be seeing a problem, the last problem of the day. So integral of dx by 1 plus cos x. Just now I said 1 plus cos x can be written as 2 cos square x by 2. So 1 by 2 coming outside. Dx by cos square x by 2 means it is becoming as secant square x by 2 dx. So but integral of secant square theta is tan theta. So 1 by 2 tan theta means theta ki jagah mein tan x by 2, and whatever coefficient of x is there, that comes to the denominator. So here plus c. So 1 by 2 will be getting answered. Finally there remains tan of x by 2 plus c. Please copy. So in today's class we learned some basics of integration, and we started various methods of integration. In the various methods, the very first method we have done, that is method of transformation. In method of transformation we have done type 1 problems and type 2 problems, right? In tomorrow's class we'll be continuing with the same method but type 3, right? Good evening friends. In yesterday's class we discussed about some indefinite integrals, formulas, and we have done some problems. And I said there are basically 3 methods or 3 types of solving indefinite integrals. In that the very first method is method of transformation. In method of transformation, in today's class we'll be seeing about type 3 problems. Now while doing these problems, we need to remember this particular formula. Integral of a power x dx is equal to a power x by log a. Nothing given means base c. And here a basic thing which you have studied in logarithms, e power log b to the power a to the base is nothing but b power a. And here also e power log a to the base c is equal to a. These are the basic formulas you should remember while solving this kind of problems. So in today's class we'll try to solve these 3 problems, where in method of transformation all these problems comes under type 3. Now when coming to this particular problem, integral of a power 3x plus 3 dx, I think this I can write as a power 3x into a cube dx. Integral of a power 3x into a cube dx. I think I'll be writing this. This is 3. Now, as we are integrating with respect to x, this a cube can be treated as constant. So it comes outside by property of integral. So a cube into integral of a power 3x dx. Now if you could observe carefully, it is looking like formula. There I had written integral of a power x dx. It is nothing but a power x by log a. So what happens? Finally it turns down to a power 3x by log a. But here the coefficient of x is 3. So 3 comes to the denominator. And finally I need to write here plus c. So finally what happens? This turns down to a power 3x plus 3. Why? Because a power m into a power n is nothing but a power m plus n divided by 3 log a plus c. So finally what can I conclude? Integral of a power 3x plus 3 dx is nothing but a power 3x plus 3 by 3 log a plus c. Right? I think this problem is clear to you. Now I shall go for little bit application of the next level. When coming to this particular thing, e power x log a is given. So this I can write as, for my convenience, e power log a to the power x, because x goes to that side. So e power log a power x. And here also, if you could observe carefully, e power log x ki power a, and finally I'll be giving a bracket. So finally what happens? Integral of e power log a power x means by property 2, this is becoming a power x, plus integral of e power log x to the base a, this is becoming x power a, and finally it gives rise to dx. So finally what happens? Integral of a power x dx plus integral of x power a dx. So if you could observe carefully, integral of a power x dx, integral of a power x dx is nothing but formula a power x by log a, and here again it is looking like x power n. X power n formula is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. So x power a plus 1 by a plus 1, and here we need to write constant. Once again I will be repeating this problem. Integral of e power x log a plus e power a log x dx. So x goes up, so it becomes e power log a to the power x plus e power log x to the base e, e power log x to the base, e power log x to the power a, and here dx. So what happens here? Direct formula a power x, and here x power a. I can do integration individually. So integral of a power x dx plus integral of x power a dx. So this becomes as a power x by log a, and this becomes as x power a plus 1 by a plus 1 plus c. I think you people are clear now. Now we shall try to solve another problem. Now if you could observe carefully, nothing is given means it is clearly understood, dx is there. So integral of 8 means I can write as 2 cube ki power 1 plus x. This also I will write as 2 square whole power 1 minus x. Now this will be 2 power x and this will be 2 power x dx, because yesterday we had I said a plus b by c means a by c plus b by c. Now finally, if you could observe carefully, 2 power, this can be written as 2 power 3 plus 3x divided by 2 power x dx plus integral of, here also 2 power 2 minus dx divided by 2 power x, and here dx. So now it is looking like a power m by a power n. So I can write as a power m minus n. So integral of 2 power 3 plus 3x minus x dx plus integral of 2 power 2 minus 2x minus x dx. Now if you could observe carefully, it is becoming integral of 2 power 3 plus 2x, because 3x minus x is 2x. So directly I will be writing. I think by this time you might be getting habituated with the calculations. So 2 power 3 plus 2x. and here also minus 2x minus x means minus 3x. So what I'll be writing directly now, 2 power 2 minus 3x. Now if you could observe carefully, it is looking like a power x, integral of a power x. Integral of a power x means a power x by log a. So similarly here also 2 power 3 plus 2x divided by log x, but whatever coefficient of x is there, that comes as denominator. So here 2 log x. So similarly here also 2 power 2 minus 3x divided by log x, and outside there will be minus 3 and here plus c. So students, you can copy these problems now. Up till now we had seen type 1, that means integration by applying transformation method. Now we are going for the type 2 patterns, or Roman number 2 you call, or model number 2 called as substitution method. In substitution method, sometimes we will be asked to evaluate integral of algebraic expression which will be of the form p of x into ax plus b whole power n, or p of x by ax plus b whole power n. Here p of x, observe carefully, here p of x is a, here p of x is a polynomial, here p of x is a polynomial, and n is some rational, and I will call n is rational. So whenever this kind of problems comes, just you put z is equal to ax plus b and then you can evaluate. Now I will be taking an problem x plus 2 upon x plus 1 whole power n dx. If you could observe carefully, it is looking like p of x by ax plus b whole power n. So this is p of x and this is ax plus b whole power n. So whenever this kind of problem comes, what I will be doing means, let x plus 1 is equal to t for my convenience. Here I said z, but that is up to your wish, you can put as t also. So what happens, this becomes dx is equal to dt. But here x plus 2 is there, 2 can be written as 1 plus 1, there is no loss for us. Therefore what happens, integral of x plus 2 by x plus 1 whole power n dx can be written as, I think x plus 1 we called as t, so x plus 2 becomes t plus 1 divided by x plus 1 की जगह में t, and here comes t power n, and dx की place में we need to write dt. So now if you could observe carefully, again it is taking the shape a plus b by c. A plus b by c means again we need to do as a by c plus b by c. So what happens, integral of t upon t power n. T upon t power n means I can directly write t power 1 minus 1, 1 minus n. I think by this time you might have been accustomed with the calculations. And 1 by t power n. 1 by t power n means I will write as t power minus n and dt. Now if you could observe carefully, it is looking like a x power n formula only. So what happens, integral of t power 1 minus n means t power 1 minus n plus 1 by 1 minus n plus n plus 1, and t power minus n plus 1 by minus n plus 1, and here we need to write as c. So finally this reduces to t power 2 minus n divided by 2 minus n plus t power 1 minus n divided by 1 minus n plus c, where finally t is nothing but what? We consider it as x plus 1. So once again I am repeating, whenever we come across integral of algebraic expression of the form p of x into ax plus b whole power n, or p of x by ax plus b whole power n, just you need to put z is equal to ax plus b, or that is up to your convenience, but in the problem I considered as x plus 1 is equal to t, dx is equal to dt, and x plus 2 can be written as x plus 1 plus 1. So x plus 1 is nothing but t, so I will write as t plus 1 by t power n dt. So integral of t power 1 minus n dt plus t integral of t power minus n dt. So t power 1 minus n plus 1 by 1 minus n plus 1 and t power minus n plus 1 by minus n plus 1 plus c. So finally this is the calculation. Right, we shall be now seeing another difficult problem of the same pattern. So again here integral of x square by x plus 2 dx. So friends, here what we need to substitute, we need to put ax plus b is equal to t, magar here ax plus b place में क्या है, x plus 2. So what I will be doing, let x plus 2 is equal to t. So finally what I will be getting, dx is equal to dt. And from here x plus 2 is equal to t means I can write x is equal to t minus 2. Therefore what happens, integral of x square by under root of x plus 2 dx is equal to integral of, in place of x I need to write t minus 2 whole square divided by under root of t, and in dx means I can write as dt. Now if you could observe carefully, it is looking like a minus b whole square. A minus b whole square means a square plus b square minus 2ab. So what happens, t square plus 4 minus 4t divided by root t dt. Root t means I will be writing it as t power 1 by 2. So for my convenience, t power 1 by 2. So again if you could observe carefully, a plus b minus c divided by d. So a by d plus b by d minus c by d. So finally what happens, that is equal to integral of t square by t power of. T square by t power of means I will write as t power 2 minus 1 by 2 dt. And again here 4 comes outside, 1 by t power of. 1 by t power of means I can write as t power minus 1 by 2 dt. And again similarly here also minus 4 into integral of t by t power of. T by t power of means I can write as t power 1 minus 1 by 2 dt. So finally what happens, that is equal to integral of t power 2 2s are 4, 4 minus 1 is nothing but 3 by 2, t power 3 by 2 dt. And here also 4 into integral of t power minus 1 by 2 dt minus 4 into integral of t power minus 1 by 2 dt. So I think if you could observe carefully, I think 1 minus 1 by 2, no this is, so it becomes 1 by 2. So finally what happens, integral of t power 3 by 2 dt means t power 3 by 2 plus 1 by 3 by 2 plus 1. So directly I am writing 3 by 2 plus 1 means we can directly write as what, 5 by 2. I think by this time you are well acquainted. And here also 5 by 2, 5 by 2 going outside means, going top means it becomes as 2 by 5 plus 4 into here also t power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by minus 1 by 2 plus 1. But directly now I will be writing, I will be erasing. For your understanding I am writing like this. But t power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 means 1 by 2. And here also minus 1 by 2 plus 1 means 1 by 2. When going upside, 1 by 2 going upside means 2 becomes. So here we will be getting 8. Similarly minus 4 into here also t power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 will be there. But going up it becomes 2 by 3 and here plus c. So finally what happens, our calculation will be like this, 2 by 5 t power 5 by 2 plus 8 into t power 1 by 2, 4 into t by 3. 4 into 2 by 3 means it becomes as 8 by 3 into t power 3 by 2 plus c, where t is nothing but, we should write what is t. We had taken t as what beta? X plus 2. Hence the problem. Now you can copy. Now in substitution method we will be seeing another model. It will be of the form integral of sin power mx into cos power nx dx. Now here we will be having or we will be solving this kind of problems using by some working rule. If power of sin x is odd positive integer, that means if power of sin is some odd, you put z is equal to cos x. If power of cos x is odd, then we need to put z is equal to sin x. If both the powers are odd numbers, then put either z is equal to sin x or z is equal to cos x. Now, when coming to this, I am repeating once again, observe carefully, integral of sin power mx into cos power nx dx. Whenever power of sin x is odd, put z is equal to cos x. Remember, we should remember carefully. Remember, whenever odd powers are there, you need to observe carefully where odd power is there. If power of sin x is odd, put z is equal to cos x. If power of cos x is odd, we need to put z is equal to sin x. If both the powers are odd, we need to put z is equal to sin x or cos x. Now, if you go, now we will be going for a problem, integral of cos cube x into root of sin x dx. Now here if you could observe carefully, cos keep power 3, that means here 3 is an odd number. So whenever 3 is an odd number, what is telling? Whenever cos x is odd number, what is telling? Put z is equal to sin x. So what I will be doing means, I will be putting z is equal to sin x. Z is equal to sin x means what happens? dz is equal to cos x, because the derivative of sin x is cos x into dx. But here dz is equal to cos x into dx. So here what I will be doing means, integral of, if you could observe carefully, the above problem I will be writing it as cos cube x means I will write as cos square x into under root of sin x, and again cos square x is there means here I can write as cos x dx. See, very beautifully we had written cos cube x means I can write as cos square x into cos x and root of sin x. Now I think I can use this particular substitutions now. So what happens, that is equal to integral of, when I said z is equal to sin x, then cos square x I think we can write as 1 minus sin square x into under root of sin x into cos x dx. So finally what happens, that is equal to integral of sin x की जगह में z, so it reduces to 1 minus z square into root z, and cos x dx means dz. We should be very very careful in substituting. Now if you could observe carefully, this will be reduced to 1 into root z will be root z, and here dz, z square into root z means I think z power 5 by 2. So as algebraic symbol minus is there, I will be writing it as z power 5 by 2 dz. I think this is clear. And again root z means for my convenience I will write as z power 1 by 2. So what happens, integral of z power 1 by 2 means z power 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1 minus z power 5 by 2 plus 1 by 5 by 2 plus 1 plus c. Now what happens finally z power 1 by 2 plus 1 means z power 3 by 2, and in denominator also 3 by 2 is there. So coming up it becomes 2 by 3, z power 3 by 2, 5 by 2 plus 1 means 7 by 2, going up means minus 2 by 7, z power 7 by 2 plus c. What is z here? We need to write, where z is nothing but what we have taken as sin x. So once again I am repeating, very important pattern this one, integral of sin power mx cos power nx dx. Observe carefully, if odd powers are there, what happens? If power of sin x is odd, put z is equal to cos x. Power of cos x is odd, put z is equal to sin x. If both the powers are odd, then either we need to put z is equal to sin x or cos x. So I had taken an example, integral of cos cube x into under root of sin x dx. Put z is equal to sin x. dz is equal to cos x dx, And here we need to observe carefully, cos square x can be written as 1 minus sin square x into root sin x into cos x dx. So z is equal to sin x means it has been transformed to 1 minus z square into root z dz. So z power 1 by 2 dz minus z power 5 by 2 dz. So z power 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 by 2 plus 1 minus z power 5 by 2 plus 1 by 5 by 2 plus 1 plus c, and the rest calculation. Just now we had seen integral of sin power mx into cos power nx dx. I said to observe the powers. If powers are odd, what happens? If power of sin x is odd, put z is equal to cos x. If power of cos x is odd, put z is equal to sin x. Similarly, if both the powers are odd, either we can put either sin x is equal to z or cos x is equal to z. So we shall be seeing a problem of this type. Here power is 3 and here power is 5 for sin x and cos x. So what I will be doing, for my convenience both are odd. So here for I am writing here m is equal to 3, n is equal to 5. Both are odd. Both are odd. Therefore, put my convenience. Either you can put sin x is equal to z or cos x is equal to z. That is up to you. For my convenience, I will be putting cos x is equal to z. So when I put cos x is equal to z, derivative of cos x is minus sin x dx is equal to dz. So what happens? The above integral I will convert like this. Integral of sin cube x is there, but here sin x dx should come. So I will write as sin square x into cos power 5x d cos power 5x, and cube is there, but here sin square x is there. So I will write this as sin x dx. So what happens finally? This particular thing I had written like this, but here sin x dx, here also sin x dx is there. So what I will be doing means, here I will be writing it, I will keep outside minus sign and sin x dx के स्थान में dz, and here sin square x I can write as 1 minus cos square x. So 1 minus cos square x, and here cos power 5x, and sin x dx means I will write directly as dz. So minus outside, but cos x is nothing but z only, no? So what happens? 1 minus z square into z power 5 into dz. So finally what happens? That is equal to minus integral of 1 into z power 5. So z power 5 dz, and minus minus will become plus integral of z square into z power 5. That means z power 7 dz. So finally it reduces to minus of integral of z power 5 means z power 6 by 6, and here z power 7 by 7, sorry, z power 8 by 8 plus c, मगर z के स्थान में क्या लिखना है हमको? cos x. So what happens? Minus cos की power 6x by 6 plus cos की power 8x by 8 plus c. This is our final output. I think you are clear with this particular pattern. Right friends, now we shall be seeing of another pattern, integrals of the type tan power mx into secant power nx dx. So here every time remembering formula, remembering working rules is very difficult. Sometimes we need to apply little bit logic also. That means already we studied differentiation, methods of differentiation and various formulas. We know that d by dx of tan x is nothing but secant square x. So finally what we will be doing when coming to this kind of problem, I will be putting let tan x is equal to z. If I put tan x is equal to z, what happens? Secant square x dx is nothing but dz. So directly we are lucky enough, directly we got in place of secant square x dx I will be putting as dz, and tan x I will be putting as z. Therefore what happens? Integral of tan power nx secant square x dx is nothing but integral of tan x की जगह में z. So what happens? Z power n secant square x dx is nothing but what? dz. So integral of z power n is nothing but what beta? Z power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. But z की जगह में क्या substitute करना? Tan x whole power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. I think you are very clear. It's a very simple pattern. Similarly, we shall see another problem. Integral of tan square x into secant power 4x dx, little bit complicated, but here also I'll be putting tan x is equal to z. So what happens? Secant square x dx is nothing but dz. So therefore tan square x, and here secant power 4x can be written as secant square x into secant square x dx. So what happens here? In place of secant square x I'll be putting dz. So integral of tan square x, and here secant, we know that secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. That formula I am writing here. Secant square x minus tan square x is equal to 1. So wherever secant square is there, I can write as 1 plus tan square x, and here secant square x dx. So इसके स्थान में क्या आ जाता? tan x is z, means this becomes z square, and here 1 plus z square, secant square dx means dz. So finally what happens? Z square into 1, z square, and integral is nothing but z cube by 3, and here z power 4. Z power 4 means this becomes z power 5 by 5 plus c, and finally we need to write z is equal to tan x. I think you are clear with this pattern.